gaming, and one tip I want to give you guys is to be well-rounded. And the best way to do that is play multiple game modes. So you might be in my career right now, but what you want to do before you make another build is try another game mode to see what position works best. If you're a point guard looking to navigate to another position like center, the best way to do that, go to the play now center, play with somebody like a Nikola Jokic, a Victor Wembanyama, get a feel for what those builds can do, those type of play styles can work within the system that you're currently playing. And if that doesn't work, just go to
Along with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Now, LaForce will be with us courtside.
It's always hard to get a win on the road, especially when you show zero energy on the defensive end.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. Zach LaVine out there with Fred VanVleet. Then it's Harrison Barnes. Then there's George. And it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Well, LaVine is a volume three-point shooter for a reason. More often than not, he's going to make them.
Pass to Vucevic. Back to Giddey. Rebound Toronto. On the wing, LaVine over Bruce Ellis. And LaVine gets it to go on the assist from Barnes. LaVine's got 5 now. And both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions. But tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the double.
Certainly the headliner tonight.
Georgia's athleticism has always been a strength. Not many guys can pull off that dunk.
And that was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, bringing you the sauce. Now here's Dosunmu. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Releases. Lopez can't hit.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And here's VanVleet from the arc. And again, Toronto with a triple.
I just love the ball move.
And Giddey has got the ball here for the Bulls. 8-point game. Vucevic against Lopez. White with it. Rebounded by Lopez. You know, Stan, for a team with such a proud history, the last decade has been a tough one for the Bulls.
Yeah, Brian, it really has. They've had competitive teams, but they haven't won a full playoff series since 2014. And for such a dedicated and passionate fan base, that's been really difficult for them, let alone the front office and people that want to turn this thing around as quickly as they can. Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
And sometimes defenders just forget how tall Giddey is. I mean, the 6'8" guard is solid finishing inside.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Just a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to chat. Facing off with Paul George tonight, I asked them what makes PG such a special player. Coach said, quote, well, he has a huge effect on the game. Paul can shut down your best scorer on one end and then put up 30 or 40 on the other. Tough to beat that. Paul George, he will have a lot to say about this one, guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. Anunoby, he's checked in for Toronto.
Checking in for the away team, OG Anunoby.
Giddey passes to Vucevic. 5 to shoot. The Bulls need to get off a shot. And it's Giddey missing.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
For three, George nails it from three. George has got 7.
Hits the ball and takes the shot. It's that easy for Paul George.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over.
Looking now for some consistency. Just too many missed shots.
Yeah, right now, coach needs to draw up his best play, get some points, and give this team some confidence.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
For your Chicago Lovable.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Jones, and he banks in the layup.
Well, even though he's just 6'1", Jones is confident inside. Doesn't fear going up amongst taller players.
Stan, when Trey Jones is on the floor, you can just see how easily the offense flows.
Well, Brian, he's the kind of point guard that teammates love to play with because his only thought out there is setting up other guys. He's not going to light you up with his own scoring, but he is a great facilitator.
Old school, traditional point guard makes everybody better.
You don't see many of those anymore.
And so here is Toronto. After the basket by Chicago. Here's Levine for 3. And again, Toronto with a triple.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Outside Jones. Pass to White. Launches a 3. Rebound Toronto. Now Lopez. Now Levine. Collins defending. Van Vliet, the pass to Anunoby. Beal outside. Three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for the Bulls. Trailing by 10. Oh, wasted no time on that one.
Good decision-making from Jones. He's embraced that in his young career.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lopez. Chicago with the ball. Here's Herder. It's rebounded by Levine. Toronto leading by 7. For 3. And a great assist by Van Vliet as that one goes. Van Vliet's got 3 assists tonight.
And they are letting those threes fly from outside. Really in a great rhythm.
Now here's Jones. That's tipped. Oh, stolen by Anunoby. Pass to Levine. Out to Beal. Now here's Levine. Beyond the arc. And again, Toronto with a triple.
He's been so aggressive on offense. And with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Here's Herder. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Clock at 6. Tipped away.
Tremendous defensive effort. Saving a bucket right there.
Well, he's such a competitor at that end of the floor. Never takes a possession off.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Toronto out in front. They lead by 13. And we'll be back with you shortly. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Toronto?
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
You know, they've also been very effective at running the floor. Just a ton of points in the fast break. It's been a big part of their success.
So for Toronto right now, Brandon Clark out there with Paul George. Then there's Bradley Beal. Then it's Fred VanVleet. And it's Horford in at the center position.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
Here's Herter. Tried to bank it in, but it misses. Toronto leading by 13. And here's Horford for three. Pass to Beal. Jacks up a three. He buries it from three. Beal's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
From Pete Giddey. They get it back.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Out to Horford. George for three. Gets the three ball to go. George has got 10.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Chicago calls timeout. Coach closing in on 2 decades in the league. Al Horford continues to put in the work.
Well, Brian, that's what it takes to make sure your body is able to compete against players half your age. He's never shied away from doing all the little things.